How do you find new music? Spotify. It makes a weekly Discover playlist. Yep, Spotify suggestions. And if I really like a song, I will click Go to Song Radio. Spotify will give me pretty similar songs to that particular song. These days, almost exclusively via YouTube. I hate logging into my YouTube channel. My recommended feed is 99% shit I have added to my playlists. No new videos. I remember diving into YouTube Pits of Unknown 10 years ago. For some reason my recommended algorithm is fucked. Bandcamp. This one time at Bandcamp. Pornhub. Hey, can anyone identify the song playing at 5:34 when he's attaching the double-bladed strap-on? Bladed? Asterisk. Did I stutter? Asterisk. General Matic has entered the bedroom. Spotify suggestions are pretty solid. I Shazam next to cool people's houses. Spotify. Greater than song I like, greater than go to radio, greater than scroll through songs on Song I Likes radio list. I talk to a lot of people what they listen to and what their friends listen to. This way you can kind of snowball outwards and get lots of different music genres, bands, songs. I use Shazam, music recognition app, all the time when listening to the radio, or in cafes. But most often when I hear a song in a movie or TV show I like. Shazam links directly to Spotify too, which is nice. I've Shazammed a crazy number of songs and had it automatically add them to a singular playlist in Apple Music. Sometimes I'll hit shuffle on all songs in my library and be surprised by what plays because I won't fully recognize what's playing, but I'll know that I like it. I Google bands like X. X is tight. Los Angeles is a good album, monsieur. Switch on a song I know on YouTube and let the algorithm lead me into the depths of new songs. Recommendations from friends, YouTube, Reddit, or Spotify. Back when I had it. Recently switched Amazon Music, which isn't as good. Following one of the subreddits dedicated to a specific genre of music you like is extremely helpful. Not R music, too general. My favorite is R pop heads. But R indie heads and R hip-hop heads are good too. Threads like this. It just happens. I have long thought the books, music and movies you need will find you. Still working for me. I find YouTube is better at serving me enjoyable new stuff than Spotify. Better AI, perhaps? For me it seems like YouTube just keeps trying to recommend the same 10 different songs. 5 or so will be songs I recently listened to. I check out other people's playlists. I read Pitchfork and Rolling Stone reviews. Although, admittedly I usually disagree with their ratings. I play Geometry Dash and every once in a while, I come upon a Guy Monsieur. Spotify, mostly, New Music Friday, playlist, Triple J, music charts. Pandora. That's actually how I fell in love with bluegrass. We've mostly all heard the song Wagon Wheel. But I heard a version by a band called Old Crow Medicine Show and it is just hands down the best one. So I made a station from OCMS and discovered so many other incredible songs and artists along the way. I'm currently head over heels for Brown Bird, who has this astonishingly unique and borderline haunting sound. I don't know. I used to go into record shops, to the metal, punk, alternative section and pick a random CD with a cool cover. Worked about 60% of the time. These days I don't know. Occasionally recommendations from friends. I miss record shops. Yeah, just about all aspects of pre-digital music culture were better. Live gigs, music magazines, music video TV shows, Walkman, etc. etc. There are no record stores around you. No, the last one, a really good independent one, closed a couple of years ago. It's not the same as record shops, but check out some subs for genres you dig. R crust punk and R post-metal are super friendly communities and have good recommendations and good posts about a bunch of bands all the time. Movies and shows have great soundtracks and most of the time you can find a playlist a fan made on any platform. Browsing here on YouTube, Pandora stations. This When I was running, I found out you could tell Siri, play me something I've never heard before on Spotify, and it works. I listen to a song from my band I already like on YouTube, and then look to the sidebar for recommend videos from bands I haven't heard of, and open them in background tabs. Then I do the same with the next tab and the next. And pretty quickly, you end up with a Pornhub-style browser situation. You can also search YouTube for React to X, where X represents a song genre you like. Then check out the comment section. iTunes app is amazing. I go top charts on categories I like to see if I'm missing anything. Then I go to world and see what's to charts in a couple countries to make sure I'm not missing any international bangers. The only thing I don't like about iTunes app is no mixtapes. Often for rappers, a lot of their mixtape stuff is better than their album stuff. Google Play and click on radio stations. You can choose from moods, genres, etc. Or if you like a song, you click the 3 dots at the side and click radio and it plays songs you like. I get dissed a lot for using Google Play rather than Spotify. It was bundled in with my YouTube Red Family subscription, but it does a fantastic job at recommending new music to me. Go on Spotify, go on the profile of a band I like and check those similar proposed bands. Got lucky a few times. My Discover Weekly on Spotify. I start by going on YouTube and searching up a song I really enjoy listening to. Then I click the recommendations that are on the side, clicking around a lot and only giving the song a chance if the first 10 seconds sound appealing to me or not. You would have missed out on so many great songs and albums back in the day had you only given them 10 seconds. I listen to slow songs with no lyrics, instrumental stuff, or songs that are similar to Sleeping at Last songs. I also skip to the 1-minute mark if the first few seconds don't quite catch me. Don't worry, I give songs a chance. But sometimes when I need something new, I like to rush things up to be able to chill as soon as possible. Which is why I skip fast forward a lot. I've got a good 4 years worth of data on Last.fm. Aside from that, I just randomly listen to what other people comment on similar threads. I'm a music journalist, so I'm always checking various websites for reviews, looking at fest lineups to see who I don't know and then looking into them. As well as college radio bring great for a ton of different styles. If you keep your ears to the ground and just look around, you'll find plenty to enjoy. Also, Spotify is excellent for discovering new things. Good luck, Nightcores. To be honest, I'm subbed to a couple YT channels on Nightcore, and if I like what I hear, I'll check out the original version. Spotify, and also musicians I date. If you like dance, EDMC 89.5 in Seattle is my favorite. I live nowhere near Seattle, but I listen online whenever I can. Last.fm. Definitely Spotify. Sometimes I get new songs from Posh DJ's mixes on Mixcloud. I find if I play a song I like on YouTube, it will play similar ones I like. Pandora and Spotify have turned me on to music. I started with the free version of Pandora. It is always playing music you have never heard and will not allow you to play a specific song. Therefore, I shifted to Spotify and quickly moved to the pay version. I can play specifically what I want, and if I want, only what I want, which doesn't introduce one to new music. So, listening to this artist's radio will allow different tunes to be shuffled in, and when I notice, I like that. Who is that? Then I find new music, based on tunes that sound similar to tunes I know. Look at related artists for the ones I already love. Tommy Craze. Or do you mean do you like new music? How do you find new music? Spotify, YouTube, etc. I play playlists on shuffle on Spotify. I typed in random words to Spotify and user-made playlists pop up, and some I really like. There's also artist playlist radio, which suggests similar songs to what you're listening to. Other than that, YouTube and TV shows. Either Spotify or some random Facebook groups that share different new artists. I find really good songs through my YouTube recommended. I usually go and look at some project arrhythmia levels on YouTube and see what's new. I listen to bands that I like, and if I don't know the exact name for their genre, I look up what their genre is called and search for other bands with the same genre. I go to an artist I like a song from and then check out their other hits. I subscribe in remix channels on YouTube and listen some of their remix because it's rare someone make a remix from a bad music. Right, then, if I like the remix, I search the original music. It's a little dumb, isn't me? Either YouTube suggestions under a video or Amazon Music playlists. YT had surprisingly good algorithm if you give it a good base. I listen to a lot of genres and YouTube recognizes them and makes playlists based on that. www.albumoftheyear.org/releases/this-week every Friday morning. YouTube autoplay. Spotify suggestions are solid. And go to Song Radio feature. Just right-click that option in your favorite song, and Spotify will find you similar tunes. Recommendations from friends. Twitter, Instagram and Reddit. Find a good song, then listen to the album that the song is from and see from there. YouTube. It makes sounds. On the radio and social media posts by artists I already like. I just stumble upon it on YouTube. YouTube Music. Typically I am picky, but I usually listen to random suggestions from a plethora of places. Watch movies like Guardians of the Galaxy. YouTube. Find channels that are along the same lines as my taste. Subscribe. Ever so often check the recommended videos on the side of the YouTube videos of that channel too. Repeat. I highly recommend Dan Wilcox and Henry Rollins' KCRW shows. Look up Gotcha Life music videos on YouTube. Great music there. Watch YouTube videos, and if a beat sounds good I find the full song. If you play video games, watch a game you like but a compilation of best plays or something of the sort. The music they usually use is great songs. Recommendations from friends mainly. I go on my Spotify playlist and listen to the songs it suggests. I subscribe to Nightcore-focused channels on YouTube, and find new music that way. Hey Siri, what's a new song? Or, hey Siri, play something new easy. This is going to sound very hippie, but it finds you, man. Spotify has some pretty good features for that. There's the Discovery Weekly playlist, though it often doesn't help. Try looking through official playlists with genres that you like. If there's a specific song that you want to find more songs like, use the Song Radio feature. Friends suggestions. New Music Friday. Pay attention to songs and movies and TV shows. They sometimes have a few that stands out. The good ones always use music that fits the aesthetics. So if you're into the visual style, story, you'll like the music as well. Also branch out from the music you already like. Look up the related acts or personal projects from the musicians. YouTube, Bandcamp, and live gigs. Fuck Spotify. For me, movies and series always has been a great way to find new music and artists. I can't exactly remember the movies, but I discovered Hozier, Tame Impala, Frank Sinatra, Louis Armstrong, and many other artists through movie soundtracks. These artists are just some names on top of my head. Member-supported public radio stations. They usually play a very wide variety of music. WFMU and WXPN are both good and you can stream them for free. I'm from Jersey and absolutely love WFMU for this. I used to work overnights, and Wake and Bake with Clay Pigeon would be the last thing I heard on my commute home before heading off to bed. Last summer he got me absolutely hooked on this Spanish indie pop band that otherwise hasn't made much of a splash in the USA. He's probably my favorite of their DJs in terms of taste making, but they're all very good at what they do. I consume so much media that I stumble upon it, then look into the artist. I then look into artists that they have worked with. Wash, rinse, repeat. I can do that for about an hour before I get bored. as I go through their works. I build playlists. I gradually adjust playlists until they've got a consistent flow between tracks, even if set on shuffle. I also have one playlist that is just every song I've found I like. It's called Just Go With It. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.